At Ariadne, we build smart financial contracts based data infrastructure for banks and regulators. Our ecosystem comprises of universities in Switzerland, development partners in India and the US. We are incubated by Thomson Reuters in Switzerland. In order that I explain in detail our smart financial contract technology, I have chosen two use cases for this demo. The first use case is smart financial contracts to assess capital adequacy for NBFCs in India. In order to start analysis on Ariadne, we require information of deals that an NBFC had signed up with their end client. Such information would be no hassle for NBFIs to provide, which contains info such as contract types, the notional value of the deals, the start date, the end date, the currency, and so on. Here is where the smart contract logic kicks in. In Ariadne, such information is converted into self-executing algorithms. These algorithms include mathematical expressions or formulas used to calculate the deal. When we trigger such smart contract algorithms, they reveal payment obligations that exist between two counterparties. For instance, this is how a mortgage algorithm looks like. These are the principal cycles, the interest cycles agreed between two counterparties, and so on. This is how a savings algorithm looks like, with withdrawals and deposits and interest capitalization events. The list goes on. We can model fixed income instruments and also derivative instruments. With such a strong data foundation, an NBFC can plug in this data to our pre-programmed models, such as the capital assessment models, the credit risk assessment models, the behavior assessment models, and even forward-looking budget models. The analyst can even build their own models using our workflow. Such representation of financial instruments is termed as a smart financial contract algorithm because the cash flows that are generated are real time. In our Ariadne environment, smart contracts remain plugged into yield curve infos, FX rates, stock prices, commodities as live feeds. This enables contract logic to live outside of a core banking system. This is a huge advantage for analytics and reporting. An analyst can now create what-if scenarios, such as, what if the interest rates changed by 1%? What if the long-term rates increase more than the short-term rates? So on. An analyst can even set up an FX what-if scenario in combination with this interest rate shock. The possibilities are plenty. Here is how a stress-tested capital assessment model of an NBFI looks like. Firstly, one can generate the value views under stress-tested scenarios. In terms of nominal value, fair value, IFRS, LGAAP, on various levels of their financial statement. One can assess liquidity situation not just on the top level but also the sub-levels. One can drill down to even contracts such as this mortgage deal and view cash flow events to identify where the problem lies and so on. Unlike other ALM tools out there, Ariadne cuts down inefficiencies at the data warehouse by the use of smart financial contract technology. The second use case is Ariadne for regulation and regulation technology. Currently, banks provide data in the form of reports to the regulators. Such data gets stored in various repositories, which then creates a data heap or a data swarm. To perform analytics on data requires a lot of manual work. On the other hand, What if banks submitted data to the regulators in the format of our smart financial contract standard? The regulator can gear up analytics and risk management to a whole new level. The smart financial contract technology, by the way, for the regulators is open source. Here's a demo of such a use case. Let's take the case of a bank who had submitted data to the regulators in the form of a smart financial contract standard. The regulator can now perform end-of-day analysis of such a bank. The regulator can generate gross exposure of this bank, view breakup across various industries, view breakup of gross exposure across regions, view breakup of gross exposure across ratings. Regulator can even view net exposure too. One can change the view to a heat map. The dark red is where the exposure is more. The regulator can estimate the losses given a default for this bank across various industries. Ariadne would be a great tool for the regulators. Smart financial contract technology of Ariadne is fast because it is machine readable code. We can solve or generate cash flows for 3 million contracts using a 16-core processor in 16 minutes. Such performance can change quite a few areas in banking technology. To sum it all up, with smart financial contract technology, we bring efficiency to financial technology and regulation technology.